So don't let me fall where I don't belong. I can't go back and lose it all. Zauwe fruik ni maya niftavan ting mikunting nari tumpaya katos ake akatos ekon talana werutasi. Zauwe fruik ni maya niftavan ting mikunting nari tumpaya katos ake akatos ekon talana werutasi. Zauwe fruik ni maya niftavan ting mikunting nari tumpaya katos ake akatos ekon talana werutasi. Zauwe fruik ni maya niftavan ting mikunting nari tumpaya katos ake akatos ekon talana werutasi. I found a light inside me. I wanna let it glow. Keep shining right beside me. Follow where I go. So when the thunder comes and the storm becomes the night, I'll guide you through the light and stay close by my side. Zauwe fruik ni maya niftavan ting mikunting nari tumpaya katos ake akatos ekon talana werutasi. Zauwe fruik ni maya niftavan ting mikunting nari tumpaya katos ake akatos ekon talana werutasi. I found a light inside me. I wanna let it glow. Keep shining right beside me. Follow where I go. So when the thunder comes and the storm becomes the night, I'll guide you through the light and stay close by my side. Up in the clouds, I found my voice. Up past the shouts and broken noise. So don't let me fall where I don't belong. I can't go back and lose it all.
right, guys. It's officially time. Hello. How is everybody? Okay. Well, I say. Sorry, I'm doing. Sure, we'll do that. All right. So, how is everybody doing? Everybody good? Everybody chilling? Yeah. See, somebody said hello. So, okay. Looks like we're in. All right. Well, what I have for everybody here is, fun fact, my CPU as I envision it. So I actually kind of have, okay, whoa, none of this is actually connected whatsoever, but I'm going to catch you all up. This is actually pretty much what I took a picture of on, what do you say, yesterday, like exactly 12 hours ago, right? And I pretty much, it's following this like fake diagram. Basically, my instruction / ALU multiplexers are gonna be right here. It's controlling everything, and then that's gonna feed right into here, and this is gonna feed right into that. So the output of the ALU goes whoop right up here. So I don't know how to make that look neat, but all of these are gonna directly connect to this register, which is our D register. And I'm gonna be honest, this isn't all gonna get assembled tonight. Unfortunately, I do not have the infinite time, but hopefully we can get a really good, some really good progress. My official goal, first of all, do you notice a difference between this breadboard and this breadboard? This one's slightly yellow, right? And this one's not. That's because this is a high quality board, but that means it costs more. And this whole ALU is assembled with these, not these. So that means my D register won't connect completely properly. So we'll have to work around that. That's why I plan on transferring the entirety of the D register to a new board. So that's a goal for today. And guess what? This is also a fancy breadboard. Expensive, nice, fancy breadboard. Yet again, that's why I have two of them right here. It's because today we're transferring. And also finishing this. This is a lousy program counter. And then I'll label it, and it'll be fun. Okay. So far, are there any questions on like anything at all? Obviously, I'm gonna have to get rid of some of these strips here, the power rails, because they don't actually like perfectly connect with everything. As you can see, this is already off aligned here. All right. Yeah, so kind of the big thing is this is kind of taking up space now. So I'm going to go ahead and move this. I just wanted you all to be able to see this, if that makes sense. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move this so we can get started officially. Whoa, I just bumped my camera. All right. So I kind of arranged the desk a little better. So that's fantastic. That's good. I need to... Do I have Post-it notes anywhere? I don't want to forget what each of these things are. Can't find Post-it notes anywhere. I'll just have to... Oh. Oh, that's not a Brett. That's not one either. Howdy, how are you? Yo, yo. Yeah, no Post-it notes. Okay, I'll just have to suffice with a little tape for now. And then hopefully adjust it later. So, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad you're good. Oh, I forgot to bring a scissors. We're gonna have to use this. That's pretty bad for now, but we'll fix it. Oh, I kind of realized. There we go. Oh my, the music's crazy right now. Okay. I just had my pen. All right, so this here, I'm running a piece of tape for this. So this is the... Here, let me label this appropriately. This is the instruction and ALU MUX multiplexer. I would actually love to make the CPU into a PCB. My idea behind it, oh wow, that like transferred directly to my thumb. Can't even see it. My idea behind this is hopefully when it's all done and it's working and I proved that it works and all of this, I do want to turn it into a PCB, and then I want to be able to publish it so you guys can order them. Like obviously, I don't know. I'd have to figure that out. I'd have to work with a PCB person, like All PCB, for example, or anybody that can get them available, you know, to order. So that would be cool. And then I hope to make them quite affordable. I mean, it's not a ton. I can see how it'd be a lot because it's a huge PCB manufacturing process. But honestly, it would shrink down the CPU to like maybe that big with like all the connections and such. No, we'll figure it out no matter what. Okay, so that is that component. We know what the A register is. This is very important as well, so I should probably label this, and I'm just gonna rip it. This is the A/M, so the A register /M register multiplexer, and also the NM, but half of the NM. Hey, what's up, Mars? I'm glad you made it to this stream. I remember you from last stream, in fact. Okay. Let's do this one now. So this one is the NM in control. Obviously, these stickers are gonna have to probably move. Like, they're obviously in the way. So I'll have to peel them up whenever I like assemble them. But for now, they're kind of helping me understand what each thing is. NM slash, sorry, not slash. It's not this or that. It's like literally two different components here. Control logic. Control logic. And then this is nothing but control logic. Obviously the control logic needs assembled. I'm doing it with the pen because it's gotten on my thumb already. Ah, it's focusing. Ah, there you go. Okay. That goes there. Then we know that's the M. We know that's the D. Last is just this control logic component here. This is nothing but like straight up logic gates. So like ands, could literally tell you if I could read it. They're like really hard to read. That is an AND chip. I bet that's another AND chip because I need a lot. I think that's an OR. This would be a NOT. You can actually like see the text on this a little more clearly. Okay, I guess you can't, but I can. It's another and an OR. So and OR, NOT, and OR. Easy enough. What's up with the CPU? So, I'm just assembling it now. These are kind of all of the extra components outside of the ALU. Yeah, and right now I'm just labeling them so I don't forget what they are, because I had it all set up and it's according to this chart here. So like the ALU is comprised of four, well, technically it's comprised of, sorry. Okay. So each of these little boxes here, so if I like dot this line blah 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 dot 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 dot. Each of these are its own breadboard, so it's comprised of 8 breadboards, and then I need to add in these extra breadboards. There's going to be a program counter here, I think, which is unlisted, and that's what this is, and that's what I'm going to be building this video. And my D register is actually a different board than what I'm using, and these connections, like the physical, like I want these 2 breadboards to snap together like Lego pieces. Well, it's kind of like it's a different brand. So, I mean, it is a different brand. It literally is right there. So I'm just trying to get these to work together, basically. And that's where I'm at. So, pretty much it. Yeah, so ALU is arithmetic logic unit. I mean, arithmetic logic is the most important part. It's the math and the logic, but the fact that it's all comprised in one chip is the part that makes it the unit there. Oh, you can also see my to-do list. I literally have it. The most important thing. Okay. Can't wait to mark that off. Oh, I'm lagging. My camera actually. My live stream wasn't. It was just that. Deregister to regular board, transfer PC to regular board, PC program counter. Both these are like the same things. And then assemble CPU completely. All right. So yeah, this is how everything's lining up basically. And I just need it all to snap together. And then I can start connecting things. And this is the best route. Right here, I'm kind of iffy on whether or not the control logic and the M register should be there. I saw someone else assembled this. And I really wish I went that route. But, you know, I have what I have, you know. I already did it. Too late. I will definitely rework the ALU to match that PCB. Just so you all know. So if I do end up making a PCB, which I really would love to, it would rework the more efficient route. Okay. Also, I mean, I know what I'm doing. Like, sorry, I should rephrase that. I kind of know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing program-wise to an extent is what I meant to say. But I've run into some issues, so. So, that is somewhat true. There actually are chips that can do multiplication and division. My CPU specifically cannot, but it's not that I can't do it. It's like it's like an inefficient route. So like technically it'll take a lot longer for me to do multiplication. But if you really look at it and how you like multiply with binary numbers, it works just like how you would on like another like. And well, I don't know. I don't want to get distracted on that. Unless you really want me to describe how multiplication works with like I was just going to explain how it works in binary specifically. And then you can implement it using chips or logic gates. But yeah. Okay. I need to write this down. Control logic. Full control logic. Here we are. Also, if anybody's interested about the music, it is Vivek Thomas. Pretty cool guy. I mean, I don't know him in person, but pretty cool guy. CTRL logic. L for ooh, I can actually spell it all out. Ooh, fancy man. Oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, to an extent. I mean, let's be honest. Subtracting is just adding. Like, all the CPU does is add, and then all you're doing is just adding a negative and a positive number. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, pretty much. Okay. Everything's labeled now. I mean, unfortunately, the labels will go away. These labels won't. All the registers are actually, like, just how they need to be. except for the D register. And it's so clean. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this over with. Let's pop out a new board. Oh, by the way, the board brands I'm using is MB102. The reason I chose this board is actually it's completely coincidental that the person that has also done this project used these exact boards. It's the fact that I found this on AliExpress in bulk. Like I literally have like 100, not hundreds, that's a lie. I have like 16 unopened boxes of these because you can get them for like $2 each. And they're actually like decent quality. They're not the best quality. Like you definitely want to build a computer out of this if you want it to like last. But these are still pretty good. So that is why. But he just so happens to use the same one. ChatGPT 8760. That is an intriguing name. I believe so. All right. Let's get to transferring. So, first things first, I'm gonna move these power rails over. I'm also gonna keep this M register for reference, just so I'm not like, losing reference. Okay. Sorry, I'm adjusting my seat before I lock in. Okay. Let's go ahead and take these. Also, where's my tools? Oh yeah, here they are. Yeah. Whoa! That just flew at me. Come on. This is kind of one of the main issues about this is these ones are very good, but their connection types aren't made just like those ones. So it's a little bit difficult to plug in certain things. I also noticed that my ICs sit really well in these, like they snap in. So do my DIP switches. But here with these boards, this one, it's kind of like they snap in, but they're kind of, it's like weird. It's not like seated perfectly. Almost like if you're snapping Lego pieces together, but imagine you get like that one really weird piece that just kind of like spins or like twists a little and you're like, that's weird. It's like that same vibe. Not exact, just similar vibe. Okay, I'm gonna take all of those off. And we'll store those for later. For testing purposes. Porpoises. Alright, I think what we gotta do is just lay these out exactly how they're connected. Because these wires are perfectly cut for this purpose. Technically, oh man, each 4 wires are pretty much identical. So like these 4 wires are all the same. And then technically these 4 wires would all be the same on this side as well. Oh, come on. I never made this with the intent of taking it apart. I don't know what was going through my mind when I built the D register. I think it was my first register that I had built, and I was very excited to finally make a register on a board. Because let's be honest, I actually have never built anything computer related on a breadboard. I built like other circuits, and then I'd done everything like in simulators online, but I haven't actually like, you know.
I've heard 2-year-olds with Down syndrome make better beats than you. Like, what was going
How are
through
you?
your
Really,
mind
it's
when
been
you made this?
time since we've
Like,
discussed about various things. I am actually very well. I'm
listen,
very
I'm
well.
all about
I
doing this
am
for you, but man,
just
everything about this
vibing,
needs
honestly.
to
I mean,
change. Like,
that's the best part about all this is I just get a
You
build.
need to get better. Like,
It's like my Legos, honestly. Like I like Legos. This is really like my Lego assembling or something. It's like I just get to build. Especially if the wires are pre-cut like this. Like I've already cut the wires and everything. So I just get to like snap everything in and play. Plug and play. Except that's not really what that means. Oh, come on. I'm doing well anyway. Life, everything, updates. Pretty good. I really am trying to get more YouTube videos out. That's a real topic, you know. I would love to get more out, and I have like 2 big YouTube videos planned. I have like 5. I'm working on like 6 videos right now, and I think that's part of my problem is I'm kind of overwhelmed by everything, and I really shouldn't let that get to me. And there's just a lot going on with the video stuff. Like I said, I'm working on 6 videos. I will say that for unrelated reasons, I did lose my sponsor with All PCB, not because of like my videos or my performance or anything. There's just some internal business things that's going on, because if you like even check out their page, they aren't doing anything with anybody. I'm like literally their last video, and they had many sponsors, so I don't know what's going on. I mean, they kind of told me, but I will not discuss anything further. But regardless, I think having a sponsor and being told I need to come out with videos was kind of stressful. I think is such a new thing for me, and I just wasn't prepared for it. I was very excited. It was very awesome. Like, it was a really cool, unique experience. I never thought I would actually get a sponsor. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, how many people are actually here chatting with me? Like, how many people are actually in the community that are close enough to be like, yeah, I want to spend some time with this guy? Not that many. It's just like a few of you, and I'll remember all of you very easily, especially if it doesn't like go much further. What do you mean post them in one bulk? I would like to hear your explanation on why to post them in bulk. Oh, Annette's playing. I know this one. I need to fix my... I have an idea. Since I'm a software engineer, I mean, I'm not like employed as one, sort of. I mean, I'm not. Like, I'm not getting paid to software engineer, but I'm getting paid because I have knowledge in software. It's weird. It's called being a teacher. But I kind of forgot what I was. I have a few. I always like seeing the things I can program and the things I can do. So, like, for example, setting this up, no, I didn't do that. But my like intro screen that has like the countdown and everything, I programmed that. That's just a website that you can run on OBS, and I just made that really quick in one day, and I was very proud of it. But there's always a but. Oh gosh. That's a weird connection. My butt is... Wait, no, there is no but. Sorry. I'm just kind of sidetracked. Distracted. I don't know. I'm just trying to do 2 things at once, and I have a very linear brain. So, I was thinking it'd be really cool if, like, somewhere on the screen, maybe like up here, or maybe I just cut off the chat, and maybe like up here, like where the top chat is, I just like shrink it down, bring it down a little, and then I add like what is currently playing on Spotify. I think that'd be really fun or really cool. If you guys have any suggestions, I think that is something I'd love to do. I think that'd be a really fun and cool feature. Yeah. I want to know how everybody else is doing. Is there any life updates for anybody? Anybody have any new exciting news or okay, you have to post a lot of videos in one day because the YouTube algorithm sees you as an active content creator and then promotes your videos. Huh. So my conflicting interest for that is like my problem with that, which I believe you, I just worry. I'm not here for exposure. I'm here for everybody. And I think releasing things like one at a time is best for my community. That's how I see it. And I just want everybody to be happy with what I post. And I understand not posting anything is the worst thing I can do. Which is why the live streams are really helping me keep in the game. So that's always a good thing. Sorry. Trying to do my last little stuff. And that's the last of the wires. People are making CPUs from scratch while I keep forgetting what VCC means. Honestly, I can't blame you. I understand why there's different terms, but I get so confused. I'm like, is that a negative or positive? You know, the VCC is positive, right? Like that throws me off every single time. It's scary. Okay, I need to put this exactly how it is on here onto here. Can I shift this up at all? Sorry. I'm trying not to be like OCD about it or anything. I mean, it's not bothering me. I'm just trying to make room, and I don't want to misplace my cables because I don't have instructions on how to like these are all pre-cut for this. Okay, now I have space. I had tweezers up here somewhere. Well, I hate to use this big old thing, but I might have to. Shoot. Where'd they go? Oh, I guess while this is over here. Do you guys like my floppy disk collection? Guess what's on here? Nothing. That's why I can label them. But I decided to purchase a vintage floppy disk reader. Or not floppy disk reader, floppy disk storage. I just thought it'd be fun. Not just fun. I mean, it's actually related to my 1980s laptop that I have just over there. Okay, let's stop getting distracted. Let's assemble this thing. So I guess for now I'll have to work with the idea of that. Okay. And this was right there, which is 2 from that spot. So 1, 2. Perfect. And then just 1 in between everything. Obviously the spacing of that doesn't quite matter, but if I have to like cut wires for other ones, I want them to all be equal, you know? I want all the breadboards to have the same thing there. Okay. I wish I had my tweezers. I did purchase an X-Acto knife because there's a lot of like breadboard slicing, and that's going to get here. And unfortunately, my multiplexers aren't going to get here for quite some time. It's really sad. All right. That's not been right. Okay. I have a new available free breadboard. Fantastic. Now back to the assembling part. Okay. I know. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up the what are these chips? 173s. 74LS173 data sheet. Just need to know what pins are what so I can connect them. Give me something that makes sense. Thank you. Nope, not the whole website, just the image. Okay, I'll take it. Okay. So these two are connected on every side. I knew that, but I just wanted to clarify with myself. Oh, I need to pull chat back up. There we go. Ah, what is that? It's nice, by the way. Digital forensics in the 90s used to fetch data from even used and deleted data from. Oh, I saw something about that. I think somebody just told me that in person not too long ago. And I thought that was so cool. I mean, just think about like, that's like real detective stuff. It's like, not, I don't know. It's like hacking, but hardware, you know? I mean, I appreciate it. I think that's a really cool, fun fact. A very cool, fun fact. Those are the kind of things that make me really appreciate the computer world and just the retro world, just how different things are. Because now all people do is like physically hack or break into a device, but floppy disks are so like physical that they're like, let me get that, you know? Okay. Next is G2 and G1 enable. So that's those last two pins over here. Come on. There we go. Whoa, grab two. Yeah, so none of those floppy disks I have there have anything. But if you guys want to see something that has stuff, I'm trying to find an MS-DOS. I'm trying to figure out how to boot things into MS-DOS. Like, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to get MS-DOS on a floppy disk. And this one, it has... I've never written on one of these before, and I just wanted to show that this was my first floppy disk that I formatted with that computer, and its contents are like literally empty. There's nothing. This one is formatted with the MS-DOS 5.0 as well, but it quite literally doesn't have any. It like has like a text file on it, and that's it. And it's just like, this is a test, because I wanted to see if I can open them up on this computer, because I do have a floppy disk reader, like a USB floppy disk reader. But it turns out that there's problems with that. Hang on. I think they're formatted in FAT16, and Windows 11 doesn't have FAT16 like readability, but Raspberry Pi might. So I might have to like boot up the Raspberry Pi, or I can get a VM. I guess I can also get a VM. I think that'd be really fun, but I don't know. I don't know. I like taking the most difficult way to do something. That's literally why I'm building a computer from scratch. And guess what? It's not going to be able to do like anything realistic. I could probably do like MS-DOS 5.0. That's probably it. I mean, like, it could play games, like simple games. Obviously, it's not going to run Quake. Obviously, it's not going to run, give me something else. You're obsessed with hardware hacking, but I've never gotten a source that teaches hardware hacking. There must be a book. How did people learn it? Like, obviously, it was like a college course or something. Like, you had to learn it, so I'm sure there's a book somewhere. There's gotta be. Okay. VCC, let's connect everything to power. VCC! Shout out to HHHH for the VCC. Oh, come on. Alright. The really sad news is that I'm definitely going to have to cut off one power rail or so. Like, probably this one. So whatever connections I make, I'm going to have to undo. Oh no, I actually need the data sheet for the 245. 74LS245 data sheet. Images. Here it is. Actually, unfortunately, okay, hang on one moment. Okay, Can you guys still see everything? Hopefully you can see it just as well. I actually have it like over here on my monitor. I like reading that from there. Okay. That works. Actually going to zoom in on that one. Okay. VCC and direction. That's right. I have directions pulled positive because I want them to always be one direction. Band. Baby. I'm just kidding. Okay. So let's... I understand why I built it that way now. The A register is even built that way. Dang. Apparently knew something when I was building the other registers. Okay. Yeah, hardware hacking. Let me know if you find any resources or a book or something cool, or if anybody else knows. Have you reached out on Reddit for anything like that? I understand. Ugh, Reddit. I mean, I actually like Reddit. Reddit helps a lot. Some people would be like, oh, you're stinky. But really, if you like want the best resources for this stuff or want help, that's kind of where everybody's at. Reliably on Reddit. I mean, they're everywhere, obviously, but safely and reliably on Reddit. All right. And now connect everything ground. So that is ground on all of those, I believe. Yep. Okay. Ground. Would anybody think that's cool if I have a Spotify link, like what's currently playing on the like live stream, like up here, if I program that? I'm sure there's an extension for it, but you know, that's the boring way out. I like to make my own stuff, and that means I can make it look like whatever I want. And if there's anything, got a notification on my watch. Just Google it. I'll give me a moment. I'll Google it once I finish these these ground connections. Kept trying to say VCC, but I was already done with the VCC. Yeah, I actually don't mind hexadecimal. I don't know how hard storage is made. I never got that far. I can agree. Reddit is insanely weird, especially if you are new to a community, but I find certain Reddits to be not weird. Also, people are rude on Reddit and ruthless, and I swear every community on Reddit is left-leaning. I'm not getting into politics, but it's really weird that like every single Redditor seems to be left-leaning. It's like politically. All right, and then lastly, direction. I tied that to positive. So that is what these two... Wait. Well, I understand this one. But there's that brown wire does not reach. So it's got to be gray. What was the other brown wire used for? I'm really curious now. Does anybody have any favorite subreddits? Any subreddits that you really enjoy going to? Ah, man. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't even dabble. I like going to video game subreddits. That's kind of my favorite thing, is video games, jokes. Ben Eater's subreddit is quite friendly. Oh, there we go. That was rough. So yeah, I do suggest those. Video games, I really like Vintage Stories subreddit. They're very polite, very nice, and it's subtly growing. That is a video game, by the way, if you did not know that. All right, so okay, so that's what it was used for. Is I have the I have clear tied to or negative ground. Yeah, I don't like how all electron, like sometimes they go between negative and positive, and I never understood why. Why do we need to do that, you know? Okay. Whoa. All right, now's the time that we start connecting things together. Like clear. Actually, is clear connected? Yes, it is. Okay. Clear connected, just like this. This song sounds a lot like Bach. Specifically, what is that called? Oh my gosh. Is it like it's a piano piece. Wait, why did I do that? Did not mean to do that. That goes here. That means that cable's done. Yeah, so I've never really visited a Linux community. Are you a Linux user, Mars? I am not, because I'm really scared to like go to a different OS. Although I've used Linux, just not like as my primary PC. Like this is a Windows 11, and I've heard that it's not bad. Shazam it. So I know what song this is. This is Delphinium, but it sounds a lot like Bach, and it's da 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 da. I don't know. It's a really easy Bach song. Piece, technically. Sorry. Some classically trained people might disapprove of me saying piece. Okay. Okay, these are connected as well. Whoa. This is connected to that. Come on. There we go. And I'm sure that's what this wire's for. Oh, maybe. Have it that way for a reason. Oh, you know what? Hey, let me out. Okay. Sorry. Maybe I'm gonna connect these wires down here so I don't have to worry about all of that wire space and blocking wire spots. Okay. You use Linux as a virtual machine? That makes a lot of sense. What What Linux OS do you use with your virtual machine? I think an MS-DOS virtual machine would be fun. I mean, it'd get me understanding that laptop over there, and then everything should apply well. So, I think that'd be really fun. Come on. Dang it. Hate it that this breadboard sometimes doesn't like to connect pins very well. Okay, that one's connected. This one. Connected. Perfect. And now it looks like there's another one. Clock. That makes sense. Clock is right here. It's right next to ground. Okay, I'm just gonna go there. And I want this one here, down there, that. Oh no. Mostly I've used Kali Linux or Kali. I don't know how to pronounce that. For my TryHack Me website. TryHack Me website in cybersecurity, but Ubuntu is a pain. Ubuntu is a pain if used as a VM, but currently I'm using both Kali and Ubuntu. Ubuntu. I don't actually know. I've never. Okay, so here's the problem. I've read that. That's actually what I've used. But here's the problem. I've never heard anybody pronounce either of those. So I don't know how they're actually pronounced. But I've always said what? Ubuntu? No, that's not right. I don't know if I've ever said that word out loud or heard it spoken, because I've never needed to. But that's the very lightweight Linux OS, correct? It's like the lightest, like normal processor, like x86 stuff, you know. Okay. I need these clocks connected. So let's do that. I'll do that down here and here. Good. Clocks are connected. Lastly, I need to connect these as well, which is our clear. Clear to clear. Awesome. So TryHack Me website. Did you make a TryHack Me website? Because I've never heard of that before, and I'm quite intrigued. You piqued my interest. All right, so what connects those two? It is output enable. I think that's what that stands for. So this is output enable. I think I know why I cut a custom wire for that. Okay, I am afraid it is time to break out the custom wire. I used a blue one for this one. Oh, I just flipped a breadboard. Okay. That should be good. Roughly measuring. Right. Maybe a tiny bit more. Okay. That should definitely be good. Okay. I didn't think well, I know I'm gonna cut custom ones for the program counter. Okay. I've noticed this is kind of odd. I don't know if some people's cables, like, oh no, trash can's all the way over there. I always have it next to my desk. There we go. I've noticed some people, like, whenever they build electronics, I have the same gauge wire, 22 gauge wire, but I think the silicone, like, sleeve is just thicker on this than the average cable wire. I don't know. Oh wow. Okay, that was a little long. That is okay. That is why it's a custom cut wire. Okay. I really want an expensive pair of pliers so I can make really nice bends. Like, this is nice, but no matter what, I get this. You can't see it very well, but it discolors right here. Oh, you can see it now. You see how it's kind of like damaged? It's like in the reflection. Yeah. That's why I need some not super fine end needle nose pliers. Just, I don't know. It's literally, it has nothing to do with, I don't think it does anything to the actual wire. I think it just makes it look cleaner. And I know most of it is on me whenever it comes to, like, I know I can bend them a little easier, but I haven't figured out how to do that. So I think I like to blame it and just say, I need a $50 pair of pliers. Okay. So There's that. Actually gonna skip ahead. Actually, I'm gonna go and switch up the music because I think that we've already heard all that. So, moving it on. We are officially... No, we're still missing connections. What did I connect to ground? That connection is grounded. What is that? Pinned. Out control. Out control is on. Okay. We're good there. Those are connected. I don't know where those go. Well, now I'm a little scared, guys. Are they under something? Okay. Where do those come from? Oh no. Okay, hang on. Yeah, so my comment screen is very late, and that's because for some reason there's a long delay between YouTube and this. So I see it live as it comes in. So the second you like pop up, but you have like a 20-second delay. Like I'm watching the YouTube video live right now, and I'm seeing that. Well, I'm not actually that late. We're pretty much like on time. So never mind. Okay. Why? Oh, I wanted to look at the live stream really fast and trace back to see if I can find where these gray wires might be. Okay. So this is whenever I start disassembling that. Okay. So this one. Yep. Oh. I see what I did. Each of these were connected to ground for some reason. Does that mean... Oh. I see what I've did. I see what I've done. Okay. Sorry. You're going back over to the right monitor now. As that is the most appropriate thing to do. Okay. Okay. Got it. What I did wrong is I used these blue cables and then connected them up top, and then I grounded every single one of these connections. But on this breadboard, I'm doing the exact same thing that I've done here. In fact, I'll probably just replicate it. Because I can use as many of these gray ones as possible. Or I need to save them for another thing. So, that means I get to break out a few new cables. But yeah, it's delayed. Sorry. It's my actual, like, live stream. It's weird. I don't know why, and I think it might be Restream's fault. But I want to stream on both Twitch and YouTube. But honestly, is there anybody even on Twitch? Me. I'm the only one on Twitch. And everybody is actually on YouTube right now. So, there's that. Maybe I just shouldn't live stream on Twitch. I just like the idea. It sounds so fun. Wait. Okay, it's these ones that are connected together. Put that to that. come on. Oh, you know what? Connecting this slightly differently. You know what? I used a green wire for a reason. Let's just use those. Green wire. Green wire. And technically, I will need a gray wire. And by gray, I mean a long gray, not a short gray. I think this is good, right? Oh, come on. Right here. There we go. Okay. That should be good. Okay. Green wires instead. We'll use that. So, green wire here to green wire here. Which means I can do gray wire from here all the way to here. Come on. There we go. There. Perfect. And then one last grain wire. Except it's a little bent on the end. Yeah, whenever you type it, it takes like less than 20 seconds to pop up on the screen, correct? Like if you put a comment here, if you like type it physically, it doesn't pop up on here until like no longer than 20 seconds. It definitely should be like 10 seconds or less. Otherwise, we have a problem. Like, oh no, my actual YouTube stream does look like it's a little behind. That's a little scary. Okay, I don't want it to be that behind, because that means your quality of life is a little lower compared like for the stream. I don't like that. Okay, well anyway. I think it's time. Where did you come from? Probably right there. All right. Let's get to connecting. So, looking here, Q4. So that's probably this long one here. And it goes ground, clock, Q4 to that one, I think. Let's just connect them and then verify. And out. A8. We're good. We're good. Okay. Now I can connect this one. Put that in here. Oh my. Apparently I was flinging some cables around. Some of these are completely out of whack. Okay. That one. Then the last one right here. Okay, that's good. Then I'm just gonna squeeze those in just like that, just like that. Okay, and then so round clock data pin. Actually like to be there. Perfect. Data 1. I think this one came in that way. Okay. I think this one's gonna have to be one more out. No, that looks about right. Okay. This one. And then this one. And our last connection will be this pin here. There we go. Gotta squeeze it right in. And then we're done with 1/4 of connections. Just to clarify, just the last 2 pins we don't want connected. Yep, all 4 of those. That looks correct. Okay. Now we can move on to this side. This one. And that pin. I think I might trim my wires just a little too tightly. Also, like I said, I think the silicone like sheath is a little thick, and I think it might be a little bit of a problem because it's like these wires shouldn't take up this much space when they're the same gauge as like every single other wire that like all the other YouTubers use. Not YouTubers, but just engineers. I don't know. I feel like they're just really thick for what they are. Okay. I want this one to connect there. Please. Please let me. Nope. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe? Oh, it was actually in. Okay. I don't think I can trust that one. Pin. Connect to that one. Okay. We're good there. Now, I want this pin connected here. I think I already bent that. Yes, I did. There we go. There. Do one more. There. Connects in there. And then I'm just not gonna try and get that in there, and I'll just plug it in right here. Okay, we're good. All right. We are halfway there. I am gonna do something really fast. Okay, I done the thing already. I turned on the air conditioner so it doesn't get too hot in here. All right. Traditionally, I think this side. I'm gonna start on this side. Okay. Data sheet says D4 is 2 pins in. So boom, boom, here. And then I assume this pin on the 245. Yep. There we go. That is a monster cable. Why does it stick up that far? Oh yeah, so I meant to ask, does anybody have any ideas on what I should do with my old dinosaur laptop that is running DDoS 5.0 and is literally just because it's from the era where not DDoS, MS-DOS. What did I call it? DDoS. MS-DOS 5.0. That's because that was like literally the operating system. So does anybody have any suggestions for that? I'd love to hear them. I'd love to implement them if possible. It's like really cool having the old tech, but it is literally just old tech. So that to connect here. Not gonna lie, I don't really remember this connecting this way. one's done. Next is this one, this pin, next to that pin. Okay, and rotate. Maybe I'll connect it that way. Yeah, definitely had a completely different mindset while connecting these top rows of wires versus the bottom row. I think I was trying to get like a neater connection or something, but it just kind of turned into a mess. Oh well, I guess. All right. Alrighty. We're almost to testing time. I've literally one more wire to connect. And I'm not even gonna try and fit that under there. There we are. You know what? I'm gonna put you down. Deregister. Huzzah! Okay, let's test it before I am like, yes, that's the one. Okay, let's look at this A register one for now, because it actually has the connections here. This one is direction. This one is clock. Actually, or is it output? I can't remember. Yeah, it's just like enabling whether or not it reads and writes. And then this one up here, that is really quick, should be output enable. So do we want to see the pins or not? Okay. Let's... Okay. I have two circuit boards here for testing purposes. The easiest way for me to test this Okay. I believe these pins up here. I don't know why I'm doing that way. These are what is called our output. So that is what I'm connecting those to. Okay, I might be going about this in a really odd way. So is this 8 pins here? Yes, it is. Just gonna do that instead. Oh. Okay. These 8 pins, we're just gonna test 8 pins at a time. Yeah. These happen to be our data pins. And I hope you guys will be able to see them, because last time whenever I was testing this, it was very hard for the camera to pick this up. correct. All I need to do is technically just connect ground and power. We'll just do it with these singles here. Ground or power, VCC, then ground. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Yep, they don't connect all the way. Okay. And then another 8. That's where these come in. Play. Here we are. And these connect in up here. Technically. It really doesn't matter where they actually plug in, I don't think. So, but this is how I'm plugging it in. And then I need power connection. There's one off. That's a really long one. Here's one. Okay. Just need 5 volts. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Okay. Positive, negative. Obviously, these don't matter. So I'm actually just gonna leave those like that. That is set to 3 volts. Means we should be ready to test. Okay. Can't remember which one it is.
Want 1/3 of everything you get.
Maybe I need to turn a few of these on. Something's not right. Okay. Well, maybe there's not enough power. That could definitely be a problem. That is 5 volts to 5 volt or 3 volts, whatever. Negative to negative. Negative to negative. Positive to positive. Certainly confused. Let's just try one connection here. So let's just come on. Give me. There we go. Okay. I am curious if these resistors are too much. I don't know what they are, I'm going to be honest. So, I'm going to resort to my little red one. But I have to grab them. Whoa! Okay, let's grab them. Got my DIP switches. 6502 processors. Well, that's weird. Are they under another bot? Oh, here they are. Found them. Okay. I'm going to disconnect this for now so it's not giving me trouble. And I'm going to disconnect this as well. We are going to set these up now. So hopefully that helps. Just gonna dump out a bunch. We're running it on 3 volts, so it shouldn't actually cause any issues. That's bent. Ugh. Okay. I want... Okay, I'm actually going to unplug that first of all. Okay. That there. Need them off kilter a little bit. Is anybody still in the chat? Just curious. Totally fine just yapping to myself. I mean, anybody that's not in chat, but like here. Oh my gosh. My watch is going off like crazy. Okay. Sorry, just probably build this more on screen. I'm just distracted. Could have sworn I saw another bent one. Gonna have to bend one myself. Pliers. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that much. Okay. Technically. Yep, that should be good. It's just those first ones. Okay. Now I can connect this back here. Okay. Clock. Okay. That should be a little easier. Now, these should just be able to connect right here. I'm just curious if the resistors were just too much whenever I'm only running on 3 volts. This doesn't snap in. No, it does not. Okay. Hopefully it's enough power in general. Okay. Boom. Go. Now, what should happen is, can't remember exactly which direction it must happen at. It could, okay. So that is good. I need that to write to that. So now if I turn it off, technically, is my direction incorrect? I wanted to write whatever these buttons are, but maybe. Yeah, it's my DIP switch. They just aren't correct. We'll do half, and then half up here. Okay. You can see that like half of them are on. Maybe I'll just do one so the stream can see it a little more clearly. Okay, there we go. You should see technically only these 2 LEDs are on, but my camera's kind of sucks. Okay, so if I turned it off, no output. Output. And then I can do that, and technically it should still, like, yeah, we're still like, if I take everything away, we're not like actually writing. So that's what this being negative does. And then if I pulse the clock, now it should be written. So if I fully unplug that, it remembers. We're good with this spot. Now we have to make sure it works on the rest. So turn that off. Unplug these. We're just gonna unplug that. In all reality, this is kind of useless. I'll be honest. It's just serving as my power rail for now. Okay. LEDs. Transfer them over here. Okay. Now, I just connect all of these ones. So, negative ground there. Here. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh, did I test the A register? That's not what was supposed to happen. I'm supposed to test the D register. Well, my bad. I definitely meant to test the D register, not the A register. I knew that one worked. We tested that last live stream. Yeah, I guess I can tell you guys about the videos I plan on releasing. So, I am working on, it's confirmed, I am working on another full YouTube video for how computers work. I only have 3 episodes of that. So, how do computers work? And I'm planning on uploading another episode. So, I'm actually really excited, and I'm sure some people are excited for that, because a lot of people's been telling me in those comments that I need to make more. And then obviously I'm working on the full YouTube videos for the entire CPU, just like talking about it, blah, 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 getting it to work. And then I'm working on 4 reels. 1 is about the 1987 laptop. 2 is about just a CPU update and just letting everybody know that I am doing these live streams. I don't think I actually ever posted about that. I think I just like made story posts or like a YouTube post for that. And then... So it's like anybody who's on my Instagram story or my TikTok story were able to see it, but that's about it. And that's only like a fraction of the subscriber or followers. 15,000 followers and only like 2,000 views on the story. What else was I gonna say? Well, that's pretty much it. There's one more. Oh, I'm working on another Minecraft Redstone video. So there's just all that on the plate, on my plate. And I think it's just a little overwhelming. So I definitely need to like focus on putting that content out or getting the content made just one by one. Then we should be good. Okay. I'm going to test this very similar. So for now, every bit can be on. And then we'll update it to be almost every bit off. Once I fix the connection here. Okay. Fantastic. That's an amazing sign. And output enable. So output is off. Output's on. That's great. Let's write. So if I change this to positive and I write, or I try to write, which it shouldn't work. I'll just do that for now. Boom. Boom. And then that didn't actually write, because that's not what I told it to do. If I turn these on and I change it to write, and I pulse the clock, and then I unplug. Fantastic. Our D register seems to be working. Let's test on this side now, just to make sure, pretty much. So we'll unplug that, like that. I'll just put that in my lap for now, because that's the fastest way about going with this. Whoa. Okay. Okay. And we're gonna plug in up here. first spot. It's really peaceful. Just building, having everything already ready. Are there any suggestions for the live stream? Is there anything that anybody can think of? This is probably the 3rd episode of live building, and that means we have some room for improvements. And the first thing I've done is have a more professional boot up screen. So that's one thing. Or not boot up, starting up. So whenever I like live stream before I'm actually like ready to start, so people can like join in and queue up. I don't know why I said that like we're about to play a video game, but I think you all know what I meant. Put this all back in there. Okay. I'm not going to fully seal that because I actually need that there. I'm also going to put these cables up in here before I forget about them. I think those are the grays. Okay. Perfect. Let's plug this in. There we go. Okay. There we are with that. Let's just do all positives for now. Okay. And plug it into power. Come on. Plug in. Okay. Boom. That's fantastic. I'm just going to go and skip to the end here where pulse that. They should be saved. Do this. And then plug them all into ground. Or the rest into ground. I only have those two on. And then pulse, unplug. And it remembers. And direction is on. So I can disable this register. CPU just wrote to it, for example, and I want to read from it. Now I want to write to it. Blah, 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 blah. Writing is off. Reading is on. Clock is pulsing. Sweet. Clock is pulsing. I put it. Okay. I think we have a very well deregister. He's not sick. Okay. Well, that's that for that test. I guess we can officially move on to the program counter. A little scared about this one, I'm not gonna lie, because I haven't actually built the full program counter. I just kind of built I'm gonna say a rough draft, as in it works, but not like fully. But we're gonna figure it out pretty simply. Okay. Whoa. Cables flapping. Okay. A register, deregister. Muxes are on the way. Oh, I can also unplug those. I don't want to burn the chip out whenever I plug it into 5 volts, whenever I'm running and testing the CPU. Okay. Perfect. Keep those over there for now. Unplug that as well, and those two. This side of my desk is a mess. This side is clean. Just have like my schematics and my wires. Okay. These are done. Those are not connected, but pretty much done. And here is part 2. Getting this out. Oh, I hate whenever they do that. Whenever they're like sticking over a little bit. It's like I need to shift it down, but I can't. That's what the X-Acto knife that's arriving tomorrow is going to do for me. Okay. Well, let me just capture this for a second. You know what? I'm going to do this instead. I am going to replicate it just like it is my A register. So 4 from that end. These are the same size, I think. Yeah. 4 from that end. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess we're 5 technically on the 5th pin from that end. Snap in. Yet again, I still don't have my tweezers. Just pliers. So please don't get really mad at me for that. Then 1 pin of space. And it's plugged in correctly. Now I need to find, what are these? I forgot what these are called. Oh well. Okay. There's my empty multiplexers. Use them all. Gotta move my keyboard maybe, it's under there. No. Alright guys, I'm ill prepared. I just had them on my desk because oh, sorry, they were under another breadboard. There we go. I need my buses. Make sure to enable and all that. Okay. This one is, come on. Show me. Just 1 pin away. Okay. Let's make sure it's oriented the correct way. Oh, guys, I messed up. The board's oriented the wrong way. My bad. Ugh. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. I wasn't even looking at the numbers. Okay. So, now that I know that, that's 4 pins and that's 2 pins, I'm actually just going to shift it in 3 so it's dead center on the board. Now there's 3 pins, and then it should math out properly. Also, there's a music suggestion. Ah, that's what I should do. I should write this down. Spotify. Sorry, to-do list, you're getting cut off. Spotify. Actively playing. And then a chat. Spotify vote. So you guys can play your own music. How about that? Because I don't like being the DJ. But if you guys are the DJ, that's great. Although, don't let No Scope Fan hear this. Because he will play things that I don't want to hear. And also could get me in trouble. So. And yes, if you're here, No Scope Fan, I don't care if you heard that. Because you will get me in trouble. Okay. Let's look at this. This is kind of a mess. I mean, I don't even know what I was doing, honestly. Okay. I do know what this is for, obviously. This is for power. But, oh my gosh, everything got mangled. Okay. Don't need that anymore. I understand what's going on. Well, sort of. Oh no, I forgot something to drink. I'm yapping a bunch. Oh, I thought that just broke. We're good. Never mind. Okay. Come on. Please work. Please connect. Maybe. Yeah. I knew it. He was very loose. He just broke. Can use that, but okay. I do want to check out here. All right. Let's find... I'm debating whether or not I should cut a custom wire for the power rails or not. I might as well. It's very tidy, very clean. Kind of nice look, you know? So... let's do a blue wire for the ground. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so you guys remember that video is like literally day 17 or something like that, and I created the program counter and I screamed yes and it played for Ode to Joy and had fireworks. My program counter was technically not complete at that point. So, you're hearing it from me. I'm so sorry I lied. But it's true. It wasn't complete. But, it will be complete as of today. Okay. Boom. Cutting that. Then, I definitely, for anybody curious, is there any, like, does anybody want any PCBs for, like, if I made a PCB for the program counter, does, like, anybody have any, like, use for that? Or are we pretty much, like, just the CPU? We just want a PCB for the CPU. Because that is something I'm curious about. If you all want more or less for me when it comes to the schematics and such. Because I know I've actually not posted a single schematic yet, and I sincerely apologize. But it helps. We have communication, and we know. Technically, the program counter only needs to go up to 15, but I'm doing a 16-bit program counter. So... perfect. Okay. Now we're ready. Oh, there's a little trash there too. Okay. Let's figure out what's going on. Why is that second? Oh, I should probably look up the schematics for these. 74LS. What is this? 161. Datasheet. Oh. Okay. I don't know. We'll just look at this one. Open image and new tab. There we go. So this is the RCO connection, and it goes to the ENT. I have no clue what that means. So apparently need to look a little bit further into the data sheet. 74LS161 data sheet. I'll go to the actual Texas Instrument data sheet so it can explain to me what's going on. Oh, this is using JK flip-flops. Cool. I think I knew that. I think that's the fastest way to make a program counter is with JK flip-flops, because you can literally just chain them all together. And it's like, it's somewhat like a shift register. Okay, I obviously skipped the important part. Here we are. I suppose I kind of need that gray pin back, or the gray cables, wires. I don't know why I put them up if I knew I was literally going to need them. Okay, I need a few, so just get out like 7. That should be good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I lost count, but that should be like 6 or 7. Sorry, I didn't mean to say the meme. Okay. Let's give these guys some power. So, ground. Just looking at the data sheet right now. That is indeed ground. They're always reliably in that spot, except especially for the 74 LS series. I think it's just the 74 series in general. I think all of them count. Let's go. Come on. Here we are there. There's VCC. And another VCC right here. Okay. And then technically for this one, 245, it is in ground. Even though I just connected a bunch of these, kind of forgot. Whew. Okay. Did I lose? Oh no, they're right here. Okay. Woo! Thought I lost my 245s for a second. Okay, let's go back to the 161. Oh, literally have it right here. I guess I don't need those. Okay. That's our clear. Clock is connected to clock, obviously. Okay, let's get out some blue wires so we can connect things up appropriately. Whoa, that one's mangled. Okay, those should be good. All right. Okay. This pin here, the ENP must connect to the other EMP. And then I need this here. Come on. That pin there to connect to that pin. That would be our clock. Except that's a weird thing to me, because how the JK flip-flops work, I'm just going to connect it like I have it up here. I mean, it obviously was working at some point, so I'm just going to have to trust my past self, which is really hard. Just saying, really hard. We'll test it with just these two. Okay. That there. That's our clear. And the clear is not. So we actually, well, we want control of that. So I guess I'll actually probably just hardwire that. Or not hardwire it, but let that be a free connection there. Okay, let's look at what we have going on up here. So pen 15 goes to pen 10 of the other one. Alrighty. I think I might need a custom cut cable because that's what it kind of looks like here. So 10, 10. I'm just going to give it that much to pin 15. That should be good enough, and I'll cut 2 of these because I'll need 2. Okay. Should be good. Actually, might be a little long. There we go. That should be good. Has anybody seen any good movies lately? I'll ask for that. Or just any movies you've watching lately. Some you're just like, oh, it's the fall season. I like watching that. A movie I really like watching, which if you know me in person, you very likely know this. But I really enjoy watching Coraline. Very good movie. People around me know this. And it has to do with a little bit. I watched it a lot during my childhood. Like kind of daily because I was a weirdo, I guess. But my grandma was like, hey, do you want to watch this movie? It's animated and whatever as a little kid. And I was like, sure. And every time I'd go to her house, I'd watch it. And honestly, it's a comfort movie for me now. You'd think, wow, that movie's really freaky. Why is that a comfort movie for you? I don't ask questions, okay? I don't really know. It just is, I guess. I don't know. It just reminds me of Grandma's house. You know how people like Grandma's cookies? Yeah, it's like Grandma's Coraline. For me. Okay, so pin 10 to pin 15 on the second chip. Okay. It's that. And then I have one more. Should be for the other side. So I'll just hold on to that. And I think that's it. Wait. Nope. Have those 3. And obviously these are all connecting. Okay. Go ahead and disassemble everything off of this so I can use those parts. Or cables, wires, I don't know. Whatever you want to call them. I don't know what that used to be. You know, should probably reference one of my the original video for the program counter because I don't even know what this used to look like. I might have scrapped some parts off of it, really. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a moment and I've had other priorities. Okay, least favorite part, getting these ICs out. Oh, I hate how I have to do that. Okay. 1 and 2. All right, fancy breadboard. Number 2. No longer in use. I can use it for other things, especially things that I like carry around and move a lot. But honestly, it's just not compatible with my ALU, so okay, let's plug her in. This one plugs into that. This goes one more over. I really hope this works out. Really hope this all connects just like the other registers, because in reality, the program counter is a register of a type. Or it is a register. Really, it just is a register. Okay. And we are left with 3. Perfect. 3 there, 3 there. Guys, I'm so good at this. I'm just kidding. Okay. Now we just ground and power. Well, just power in general. Let's give it some power. Connect the grounds and the 5 volts, or the VCC, because technically it can fluctuate. Because I'm probably going to run this in 3 volts first, and that's probably why I've never blown a circuit. Because I just don't run it at its recommended voltage, which could be a problem, but no, I don't see it as much of one, so okay. You know, that's weird. I never actually included that on my original diagram that I have over here. I don't have the program counter here. And I think it's time. There you go. And obviously, that connects to that. And then that's going to connect somewhere out there to the ROM. Okie dokie. So, we aren't done. We need this ground here. And this ground. Okay. Now, let's connect these 2 things together. Pin 10 to pin 15 on the other side. Sorry how much of this is off camera. I just kind of work at the edge of my desk. And I think part of it is because my camera's like here. And my face is just like... my thumb is touching my nose. And so that's how close the camera is to my face. Like, if I move in, you can kind of see my... You actually can't. I can't actually... It's because it's angled at an angle. So it's like pointing into my desk. Not like directly above. Like, this is my hand directly above. And you can actually see my palm because it's actually tilted. I don't know what angle. I'm not a professional. Just a guy. Normal guy. Well, okay. For define normal, I'm literally building a CP. So, maybe not so normal, but close to normal. Pin 10 to pin 15. Oh, wow. That was crisp connection. Okay. Next, I need this pin 15 to this pin 10. Oh, that's a weird one. Yep, figured. Okay. Custom connection. Assume this is too long. So pin 15 to that pin. Well, honestly, maybe this is perfect. Honestly, I like the white wire scheme though. I like that all of those are white cables, just because they're all for the same purpose. So maybe I'll just do a custom wire because I've already done a few. Okay, let's think about this. It goes from pin 15 to pin 10. So pin 15 to pin 10. So. Okay. That should definitely be long enough. We're going to have some slack. Okay. Good there. And 1 second. Talking a lot and breathing a lot, my lips got chapped, so I've just applied a little chapstick for my mouth. Okay. Let me make sure nobody's messaged on the Discord server. Nothing. Okay. just realized I'm definitely live streaming this on Twitch to the DayZ category. Whoops. That would explain a lot. Okay, I fixed it. Huh. Guess it doesn't matter too much. But, okay. Sorry. Let's go back. So, here we're going pin. Nope, wrong pin 10. Okay. Pin 10 here to pin 15, which is here. That is a long wire. Just to think, it's transferring like a piece of data. So cool. Okay. This pin 10 to this pin 15. Wow. That's a journey. Now, all of this, kind of a nightmare. Okay. First, it is pins 7 to 7. So, 7 to 7. Maybe the clock is only for the latch and it actually has its own, like maybe that's actually what these ENT to RCO is. Can't figure it out. The data sheet, I'm not like actually, I'm just looking at like a graph. Not a graph, you know. Okay, my brain's not working totally right now. Totally normally. Just a little off. Okay. Come on. I will say. Oh, well, hang on. Okay. Clock to clock. Okay. Now we connect. That's crisp. Not quite an exact. We're literally just a little short. So, custom blue wire it is. I don't mind. Although that's a little wiggly. Are we almost out? Yes, we are. Okay. Let me replace this roll. Wait. Where did I put that? Oh, I see it. Okay. You can already see what I've replaced. So blue one. That means actually red. White. I've already replaced white. Yeah, that explains. That's the fullest roll in there. Okay. Blue is officially getting replaced. White was the first, blue is the second, which is crazy. I don't think I've used any more blue than anything else. Like, I don't know. If you look at my ALU, I've used a lot of different things there. Come on. Trying to get this, there we go. Just need something to grab onto. Whoa. Okay. And there we are. My wire dispenser has been refilled for blue. And that goes in the trash. Okay. Blue. Okay. kind of a long blue wire. I don't know how rolling works. Honestly, if you've rolled wire, let me know how you do it. Because I genuinely don't know how to make it straight. Like, some people suggest a book, but I've tried the book method and it doesn't work for me. Maybe it needs to be like a huge book, but I don't have that. I'm not in college anymore like some of you guys. I'm done out of there. Done did my time. Okay. Doesn't need to be that long. Just to there. There's a decent cut. Okay. I just need 3 of these total. Imagine I'm just too short and then I make 3 of these. And they're all just too short. Just barely. That'd be crazy. Okay. Don't need that one. Need these. I think I'll go from the bottom here to the top. Oh, it actually is just like a little cutting it. Should be good, but is a little close. Little close. Well, that'd be awkward if, like, all the music I'd been listening to this entire time was inaudible. You guys just couldn't hear it. Okay, what I'm actually going to do instead is move this cable to the one above. I mangled that wire. My apologies to you, sir. Okay. That cable? That cable is now connected. 2, and then to 2. That should be a straight shot over, just like that one is. Pinning that there. There. To the spot here. Ooh, that's a little behind. Little. That's a little more acceptable there. we are. Now, you may be complaining, as every single one of these wires are blue, so it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. Promise. Okay, I don't promise. But yeah, no, it's kind of a bad design. But it's what I had. And ignore all of those colors. I just wanted to use blue. It ran out. Needed to use it. I have just a little blue left. So, just let me be. Okay. Think it would be best to test it now. I'm trying to figure. Okay. Let me see if I can figure out which one is actually out. Okay. So this side is data in, and this side is out. And I'm actually looking at the data sheet this time. So these are all outs. These are all ins. Just looking. Okay. Good enough for now. Clear. Where's all my little singles wires? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be good enough. Okay. So this is my clear. Ooh, now's the time to use the clock. Okay. I gotta actually use this sucker. And I want it to be slow. So I'm actually going to put the large capacitor in there. That's the fastest one. Okay. Okay. That will connect to the actual clock. So that'll go beep, 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 beep. Not gonna plug that in. Maybe I'll like ground it. And then this is clear. I'm just gonna use that for now. We're actually going to use that. We have clear. We have clock. Maybe I am just gonna do this here. Okay. Clear clock. And what's this? This one over here. ENP. Oh, data sheet. Tell me what ENP is. I'm scrolling.
You'll have the regular aperture change.
All the timing stuff. I don't need to see the timing for what ENP is. Yeah, that's just like product specification. I understand. ENP. Okay, we're gonna go. Huh. Well, let me go ahead and get these resistors, or sorry, LEDs out. I obviously don't need every single one of these, but I do need some of them. I need to see, okay, QA. It's QA. So that should be our very first bit. QB. QC. I'm actually going to shift these over just a tiny bit. I swear, I'm slower at working these circuits than I was when I was mass producing those videos. I was like literally coming out with a reel every day. I swear I'm slower now than I used to be. Okay. QD. And then we have ENT and load. Ooh. All of the loads need to be tied together. That's something I don't have. So, maybe I can make that red. For now, we are going to tie all of those to... Okay, you know what? Can I just tie all of them with this for now? I think that will work. And I don't want it to load anything. I'll just blue wire them together for now. Blue wire, blue wire. Okay. That one connects to... Whoa. Don't be fragile on me. There. Connect there. Connect here. To very end. Awesome. Ooh, actually, I see a shortcut. I'm going to take that. So, I'm actually going to connect that there. Nice. Okay. All the loads are connected now, which means I'm actually going to connect this to what's not. As in, if I say positive, that means I do not want it to load. Or if I said not, that means I do not want it to not load. So positive. Simple as that. If I don't want it to load, good. ENT. So I'm gonna have to figure out what this ENT is for this very first one here. And oh, also clear. I want clear to be positive, because that means I don't want it to clear. Actually, I do want it to clear on start. So that's what we're actually going to do there. That's going to be yes. Fun fact, I can actually just snap these together so they're a little cleaner. There we go. It's a little neater now. It's our clock, so that's good. Where I want it to be. And then obviously our power. I still don't this is my load. So I do not want it to load. So I say positive. Let's also get all of these in as possible. Let's separate these out. I don't have to bend many. Should be at least 16. This, 16 bits, 16-bit computer. That actually might be enough. But let's see, 2 more. So I'm gonna throw those in there. That's another. Okay. I assume that is enough. Because we already have that. Okay. Pin 14. So 14. Hot or negative, I guess, technically. Okay. That one. This one to that one. I want all of these to pretty much just connect in straight. I'll use the buses later. I just want to make sure it's working as is before I just do a bunch of stuff. Because that cleans everything up, makes it look nice, So, like this into there. These should be the most significant bit. So we might not even need these. Because I have this counting on a very slow clock. Although if you guys tell me to, I'll run it on the insanely fast clock. I have a, hear me out, I have a 2 megahertz clock. So I'm living it big up here. So if you really want, I'll use the 2 megahertz clock. Just say the word, guys, and I'll do it. Okay, there's 4. Obviously, you'll just have to trust me on it because it doesn't see light very well. So you'll just have to trust me on that process. But everything else... Oh. Wait a minute. I forgot a connection, didn't I? That one. Actually, don't think that matters if I have anything connected to that. I know I don't have these connected to the resistors. For those of you who might have just gotten here or just weren't like, you're like kind of zoned out, but you're like a little tuned in now. I am running this on 3 volts, so generally the LEDs can't pull enough current to actually like break anything. I don't know if that's actually how it works, but that's how it's been working for me. So that's not how it works all of a sudden, I'm gonna be kind of stunned. Because that's just, oh. Yeah, I might have to connect this. Well, just want to push that back just a little bit. Okay, should be able to squeeze that last LED in there. Actually, it doesn't even matter if that one works because my ROM only goes up to 15 bits and that's 16. Okay, I'll be honest, I have no clue what to even expect. But let's plug her in. Let's just find out. So this should be running at something extremely slow so far. Okay. Now, not seeing anything. That is because our load's supposed to be off, clears on. So let's... Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that might be a little slow. 4, 5. Okay. I'm not going to sit through all of that. So let's move up just a little bit. Oh, okay. Broke it. Okay. Good. Program counter appears to be working fairly well. But why didn't this one turn on? That's what I'm actually curious about. Okay, okay. Let's test it with our fastest capacitor. See if we can get... Oh, that was our fastest. Whoops. Oh, that was our slowest. Or our middle speed. Well, I don't have... I have the megahertz. We can test with megahertz, but that might be a little too fast in my opinion. Okay, let's... Oh gosh, there's gonna be so much. Because that bit here... I'm trying to think.
Trying to make a fool out of me.
Okay. We know it works all the way to there. That's important. Maybe I should just whip out the megahertz. Really fast, but, you know, the camera won't be able to pick this up. So, that's one problem. 10 megahertz. That'd be crazy to run this at 10 megahertz. I don't even know if they are that fast. I don't even think the transistors, the logic gates could even run at 10 megahertz. Actually, they should. Okay. Actually, I've just took them out. And what's my other speeds? I have other, like, here maybe? No, those are my 6502s. Here they are. 2 and another 10. Why do I have 3 10s? Okay. Anyway, it appears 1 megahertz is my slowest can clock. Oscillator, I suppose you can call it. I've never used one, so I don't even know how to make it work. So I'm gonna quickly look up like a diagram for this. Sorry if that seems stupid to you, but I like genuinely have never used one of these, and I don't even know how this one works. I was trying to figure this one out, but I genuinely have no clue. But it was out. What megahertz is this? It says 4.0, so I don't know if that's in megahertz or what. I don't know. Okay. Data sheet for 1 megahertz. Data sheet. I did get this from Jamco, so let's data sheet. Heck yeah, we found one. It's very part explanation? Sure. Page 1. Wait. This is page 1. Oh, page 3. My bad. Okay. Pin 1, which is I think that yeah, I'm kind of confused. Considering this is the only side that has a sharp edge, I'm going to assume this is the side that's supposed to have the dot. So there we go. We're there. And that means the sharp edge is well, I don't want to assume which pin is what. Oh, I found it. Okay, so this is pin 1. So enable. I'll just, and it doesn't look like it's well. I'm just gonna pop that up. So that should be not on. And so that's pin 1. Pin 2 is ground. So I'll just go ahead and connect that to ground with a gray wire. We're very lacking in gray wires around here. And we always will be. If anybody knows where I can get like 1,000 of one specific pre-cut wire, like if I want 1,000 of these single gray wires, I tried my best to figure out if I can get something like that, and no luck. So that's kind of unfortunate. Sorry, just trying to see the pins. Okay, and then we have pin 3 is output, so that's this top right one, and pin 4 is VCC. Let me make sure that is lined up appropriately. That is awesome. This will be our output right here. Snap down. Test it with an LED. I understand. It shouldn't be able to actually see it, but maybe I'll be able to see something, you know? Okay. Not gonna lie, I have no clue if this is working. Okay. Cleared. Let's. Okay, so this is supposed to be enable, and it's off. So let's run this output wire, which I don't want to lose that, here to the new clock. Shoot. Okay. That should be enable. Why? Why does that chip not want to work? Maybe I just need to replace that chip. Maybe it's a bad one. I guess we can quickly find out. Let's just literally unplug this one and move it over. It could be a connection, or it could just be a bad chip. Okay. This one move left. This one move to right. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Move left. One. Swap over. This one right here. Imagine everything works magically now. That'd be so funny. Okay. No, must be bad connection or something. Why aren't you working? Isn't that weird? You know, I'm not seeing this enable pin doesn't actually seem to be working. No matter what. Unless if that's just broken. That should be enable. That should be disabled. And I don't know if that's how fast that should actually be blinking or not. Real test. Yeah. Am I like actually plugged in correctly? That is the correct pin. That's supposed to be, I mean, everything's literally correct. I don't know why. Okay, well anyway, that's not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is why? If I connect this to positive, does that last bit not work? And if I correct. So, this is fully clearing. This is fully saying we don't want it to clear. But why is it a problem for that chip specifically? Let's take that off and take a closer look. Maybe. Sorry, I'm just looking at it really close. Like, I was very serious whenever I said really close. Let me try something. I'm just looking at the clear. That clear goes to there. That goes to there. Yeah, there's really nothing. That's connected correctly. I have no clue. But let's test this now. Okay, I think for now that's probably fine. Let's just plug this in right there. And like just see if this one updates. Shouldn't take long. If it does, then we could assume that we are in good standing. Okay. We have to wait for a few more things. I'm sorry, this is a really boring part. We have to wait for this bit to turn on, but this far bit 12 is on, bit 11's not on, but these two are on, so we just have to No. We're just waiting to see if bit 13 turns on. Gosh, wish I could make it go faster. It's the smallest capacitor I could find. I would use this time to chat a little more, but I'm actually getting a little sleepy. So it's kind of difficult to come up with extra topics and yeah, pretty much stuff like that. Okay. We are just waiting on this one to turn on. So bit 12, 11, 10, 9. Bit 9 to turn on. And then we just need to wait for one more bit 9. Sorry, this is kind of like I said, quite boring. I'm sorry for that. Okay. One more bit 9. Or we can say a bit 8 now, which would be that one. We're to bit 8. So now we're up. We need a bit 7. We're at a bit 7. Okay, before you know it, we're waiting to see if this one turns on any second. And okay, we're good. We're good. Sorry for that. Okay. We're done testing. We know that works. Next thing we need to do is just 555. Nope, pretty cold. This whole circuit's like literally the only thing that's kind of warm is the LEDs. Okay. Actually gonna keep that plugged in there. That can just be randomly there. That didn't really serve much of a purpose. So I'm just gonna plug this in here. Alright. Okay, I'll just break these apart. Clock is no longer needed for now. Whoa, accidentally shoulder checked the mic there. My bad. Okay. Well, I think we are kind of to a decent stopping point. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I am sorry that it's only been 2 hours and a half of actual like content, but I mean I have been streaming officially. I mean the live stream has been up for 3 hours about, but I think it's about time I go ahead and go. You can definitely expect a new reel or short or whatever they're called very soon. And like I said, I'm actually already working on another full YouTube video. So once that full YouTube video is out, that should be all good. It's a new episode of, what do you call it? Building a computer for, like, not building, but how to build a computer, like how do computers work, basically. My 0 to CPU video series. I'm working on another one of those. I want to make sure it's longer and has better content, and I'm just making sure everything's working well. So that is where we're at. If there are no more questions, I think I am going to go ahead and get off. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to type out a question or just to say hello. If you say hello really fast, that lets me know that you wanted to chat a little longer. But I'm gonna likely finish building this off stream. Don't worry though, because maybe I'll start up a live stream a little bit later. Not tonight, but later in the weekend, maybe. All right, not really getting any hellos, so I'm going to assume we're all good to get off. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I had a good time, so that's pretty much what matters, is that we all had a good time. I had a good time, so all I need is to make sure you had one. Okay, guys, I'm just delaying at this point. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.